And now we can play a Rottenmouth Viper. Let's sacrifice all our munition. Auto pay. Let's cause, I believe, 8 damage to them. And they will have to discard some stuff if they don't want to take an extra 4 damage. Yeah, they took 4 damage. So I think they have some way to... Oh, they don't. That's it. One more game, one more victory. Hello you and welcome back to another MTG Arena gameplay here on MTG Barbieri. I'm Bruno Barbieri and today I'm bringing to you a Jund Artifact Sacrificer. But before I explain this deck to you, don't forget to subscribe to this channel, ring the bell button to be notified every time I post a new content here, and also follow me on Instagram at MTG_Barbieri, because there you will find a totally different type of content also related to the Magic the Gathering game. And don't forget that this deck list here is on my Etherhub. You can find the link in the description below. Just click in the link, go to my website, copy the deck list from there, and import directly to your MTG Arena. So let's talk about this Jund deck. It's Jund because, of course, we are using a swamp, a mountain, and a forest here, or green mana, wherever. And we need the green mana because we have 3 copies of the Biotech Specialist. This is the card that makes this deck here a Jund. Otherwise, it would be just a regular Rakdos. But this card here is great for the strategy. What's the main strategy of this deck? We have here the Weapons Manufacturing. That's an enchantment that says whenever a non-token artifact you control enters, create a colorless artifact token named Munitions. With when this token leaves the battlefield, it deals 2 damage to any target. So what's the idea here? We are going to cast a lot of artifacts, create a lot of munitions, and then we are going to sacrifice these munitions to pay costs for some spells or to summon creatures and deal 2 damage every time we do this. So basically, to work with the weapon manufacturing, we have some artifacts that has different purposes. They have different purposes. What are their objectives? So here we have the Clockwork Percussionist. That's a small creature, 1/1 for just 1 red mana. It has haste, so you can attack it as soon as it enters in the game. And when this creature dies, exile the top card of your library. You may play it until the end of your next turn. So it's like a draw engine that we have with this creature here. Also, we have the Cavern Harrier. That's also a creature that only costs 1 red mana and says whenever this creature attacks, you may pay 2 mana of any color. If you do, create a 2/2 colorless robot artifact creature token that's tapped and attacking. Sacrifice that token at the end of combat. And this card here has a great synergy when you pay the 2 mana of any color with our Biotech Specialist, because what this creature does, when this creature enters, create a lander token. Whenever you sacrifice an artifact, this creature deals 2 damage to target opponent. So when this creature here that was created by the Cavern Harrier dies, sacrifice it at the end of the turn, it will also cause 2 damage to your opponent when this creature here is on the battlefield. So basically the synergy is amazing. Of course, when you sacrifice an ammunition, to pay any other costs from your other spells, if the Biotech Specialist is also on the battlefield, it will also cause 2 damage to the target opponent, and you may deal 2 damage to any target, including your opponent. So you may use the munition here to destroy a creature from your opponent and also cause 2 damage when you do this to the face of your opponent. So that's an amazing synergy that we have here with the Biotech Specialist. Continuing here, we have the Rust Harvester that also costs only 1. It has Minace, and you may pay 2 mana of any color and tap it. Then you can exile an artifact card from your graveyard, put a +1/+1 counter on this creature, then it deals damage equal to its power to any target. It's similar to the munition that we have here, but it's a creature that can get stuff from your graveyard, especially artifacts cards from your graveyard, to cause damage to any target that you may need. So it's an amazing card. Also, another artifact that we have here is the Tithing Blade, that says that when this artifact enters, each opponent sacrifices a creature of their choice. And it's amazing because you can destroy any creature without having to target it. So if your opponent have some kind of protection spell that doesn't give indestructible, for example, let's say X-Proof, you can destroy the creature anyway because Tithing Blade don't force you to target any creature. It's your opponent that must sacrifice their creature. And also you can craft it with creature, pay 1 black mana and 4 mana of any color, and you will create an artifact that says at the beginning of your upkeep, each opponent loses 1 life and you gain 1 life. You can use this craft with creature here easily if you want. It's I never all the decks that I used the Tithing Blade, I usually only use it to destroy the creatures of our opponents. But in this case here, you can easily use it with the mechanic craft with creature, because you have a lot of creatures that are gonna die in some moment of the game, and you can get them back. Actually, you don't get them back. You sacrifice them, exile them to transform into Consuming Sepulture that gives you 1 life and gives 1 damage to your opponent. Also, we have the Legion Extruder that deals 2 damage to any target, and you may pay 2 mana of any color, tap it, and you sacrifice another artifact. Create a 3/3 colorless golem artifact creature token. So basically, you can use the Legion Extruder to destroy a munition, and you will also deal 2 damage to any target when you sacrifice the target that's target from the Legion Extruder. So you will deal 2 damage to any target, and also will create a 3/3 colorless golem artifact creature token. That's a 3/3. It's an amazing card, and if you want to put more copies, you can put in this deck here, but I just had 1 copy and I didn't want to spend any wild cards to it. Also, we have a Mephitic Dwarf. That's an artifact that helps us in drawing cards, because when this artifact enters or is put into a graveyard from the battlefield, you draw a card and you lose 1 life. So basically, when it enters, you draw a card, and if you sacrifice it for some reason, you can get another card when it goes to the graveyard. We have also 1 copy of Tarian's Journal. That's a legendary artifact. That's why you don't have to have many copies of it in the game, in your deck. And when you tap it, you sacrifice another artifact creature, draw a card, activate only as a sorcery. So in this case here, you can use Tarian's Journal only with the creatures here. And also you may pay 2 mana of any color, tap it, and discard your hand, transform Tarian Journal. And then you will transform it in the Tomb of Aklazots that adds 1 mana, 1 black mana, or you may cast a creature spell when you tap it from your graveyard this turn. If you do, it enters with a finality counter on it, and it's a vampire in addition to its other types. And basically, that's the idea here. You can use the Tarian Journal to keep sacrificing your creatures, use them to block, and then sacrifice the creatures to get more cards, to draw cards. Oh, actually, you can't use when you are blocking, because this only works as a sorcery. Also, we have some creatures here that can sacrifice stuff for us. We have, of course, the Umbral color Zealot that says sacrifice another creature or artifact, surveil 1. We can sacrifice here the creatures or any other artifacts, including the munition created by the Weapons Manufacturing. And we can surveil 1, of course. And we have the Biotech Specialist that when this creature enters, it will create a lander token that's also an artifact, but it's a token artifact. And you can sacrifice this token and search your library for a basic land card, put it onto the battlefield, tap it, then shuffle. And we have our star here, our creature, one of the best creatures that we have here in the deck. That is the Rottenmouth Viper. As an additional cost to cast this spell, you may sacrifice any number of no-land permanents, and this spell costs 1 less to cast for each permanent sacrificed this way. Whenever this creature enters or attacks, put a blight counter on it. Then for each blight counter on it, each opponent loses 4 life unless that player sacrifices a no-land permanent of their choice or discard a card. So it's an amazing. You can use the munitions here, or the creatures, or the Tithing Blade, any artifacts that you may have on the battlefield, to lower the cost that you would pay to play the Rottenmouth Viper. So you can play maybe in the turn 3 or turn 4 even. And it's amazing because if you choose to sacrifice the munition, when you pay the cost, you will already be dealing a lot of damage. Let's say that you have 3 munitions. You will deal 6 damage to any target, and also when it enters, it will force them to sacrifice a creature or discard a card, or otherwise they will take another extra 4 damage. So it's an amazing card to play in this strategy here. And the cost of the average cost mana, it's just 1.9. Even we have the Rottenmouth Viper costing 6. So it's an incredible card here. It works pretty well. It's very fun to play. So let's see how all this thing works in practice. See you in the gameplay. Okay, we have 3 lands here. We can keep 7. We have a Tithing Blade. Let's begin with the stepped land here. So at least we have all the colors that we need for this deck. Overwhelms. Hello you. Let's play Weapons Manufacturing first. So when we play the Tithing Blade, we can create a munition artifact. Okay, we can now play Clockwork Percussionist, right? We can create a munition, and we can play a Tithing Blade that also will create a munition, and they will have to destroy probably their Overwhelms. Great, no attacks, and now we can 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can sacrifice the Clockwork Percussionist as well and cause 2 damage. Let's see what we can do. Let's play this land here, paying 2 life, so it will not enter stepped. We can play a Mythic Draw that also will create an ammunition. Great. And we have... Oh, we don't have enough mana. Black mana. Okay. Let's leave this way. We just have 1 black mana. Terror of the Peaks. Okay, it's a problem. But what I can do, I can play Embrace Oblivion. Let's choose the Terror of the Peaks. Let's sacrifice 1 ammunition. And let's destroy their other creature. Perfect play. I don't want to brag, but it was a perfect play here. Let's attack with both. And now we can play the Rottenmouth Viper to destroy any creature that they may cast. Okay, they didn't want. They're not playing with blue, so I don't think that they will counter any stuff. We can begin attacking. Let's see how they are going to respond. I believe that they are just taking the damage and will do nothing. But if they do, better for me. Great. Now we can play Rust Harvester. Perfect. 1 more munition. And now we can play Rottenmouth Viper. Let's sacrifice all our munition. Auto pay. Let's cause, I believe, 8 damage to them. And they will have to discard some stuff if they don't want to take an extra 4 damage. Let's see what they are going to do. I believe that they are going to discard some stuff. If they take the damage, probably they have a global removal, but playing with a Gruul deck, I'm not sure. Yeah, they took 4 damage. So I think they have some way to... Oh, they don't. That's it. One more game, one more victory. Okay, so what we have here? Yeah, we can keep 7. We just need a green mana. Let's begin with the Cavern Harrier. And we have the Tithing Blade in case they cast some creature like the Chocobo is the perfect target. Actually, I will not target it because I can't. But you understand my idea. Let's attack. Great. We have another red mana. I need a green mana. Another Chocobo. Okay, I will play the other Tithing Blade again. So it's not gonna be a problem. Let's play what? A Swamp and another Tithing Blade. And let's attack. 2 more damage to the face. Let's wait for a green mana here. Chief. Okay, it's a 2/2, no problem. Rust Harvester. And no green mana. Okay. Let's attack. I think that you can protect your Chief Lockhart. No, you didn't want. Okay. So you are pretty sure that you are not dying in a few turns, and you have a lot of damage that you can cause. A Mossborn Hydra. Okay, now it's a problem. For 2, yeah, I will take the damage. Clockwork, Percussionist, and no green mana. Come on, man. What we can do? Let's attack here, and let's attack here. Auto pay, okay, great. 5 damage. Yeah, you can deal a lot of damage on your attack. Let's see, it can go... Actually, it can go just 3 damage. Okay. I will block here. I need to get 1 more card. Let's see what we get. Okay. This can help, but I need a green mana. Yeah, great. Now we have a green mana. Let's pay 2 life. Let's play the Biotech Specialist. Great. We can sacrifice this lander here. You can protect it. And what we can do? Yeah, you can protect it, no problem. And we can do what? We can attack with both. Auto pay. It has indestructible? No, it doesn't have. So probably you are going to lose your creature. Great. And now it's gonna be sacrificed, and then you get the remaining 2 damage that I needed. 1 more game, 1 more victory. Okay, we have a red and black mana. and only red and black cards. It's fair. We can begin with the Clockwork Percussionist, and then we can go for an Umbral color Zealot. And we can use the Legion Extruder as our spot removal if we need. Actually, it's a red mana and Clockwork Percussionist. Let's attack, and let's deal our first point of damage. And they got 2 life back. Okay. What this thing does? Flying, you may put a land card from your hand onto the battlefield. Oh, I don't think that's a good idea. I don't think it's a good idea because you can ramp. Let's sacrifice this creature here, destroy this creature, and sacrifice our Clockwork. Okay, and we can play a Cavern Harrier. I need a green mana. I really need a green mana. Okay. We can play the Tithing Blade. We have the green mana that we need here. Let's pay 2 life. And what we can do? Let's play the Tithing Blade, otherwise we are going to lose it. And let's attack. But I don't have enough mana to create the robot. And we can play the Biotech Specialist, but we need 1 more land to get another creature here, and when it's sacrificed at the end of the turn, it will deal 2 damage to the Biotech. Yeah, let's play the Biotech Specialist. Let's attack, but we cannot create the robots. It's a shame, but let's see, they are going to play probably a land right now. I did not understand yet what's the point of this deck, what they are trying to do. Okay, they create a 6/6. Oh man, this is pretty insane. It's based on the number of creatures, of desert and land cards. How this thing works? Yeah, for each land you control. It's pretty amazing. What we can do, we can play the Embrace Oblivion. We can sacrifice the lander. It will deal 2 damage to them. Now we can attack with both and create the 2/2 creature. And perfect. 2 more damage to the face. Great. Another creature, another big one. Okay. What we can do? Let's see. We can play a Clockwork Percussionist. No. Mythic draw. Now it's a problem here that I have. We need to play the Umbral color Zealot, the Clockwork Percussionist, and we can deal what? We can sacrifice the Tithing Blade. They will take 2 damage. Another Clockwork Percussionist. Okay. We can sacrifice the Clockwork Percussionist. 2 more damage, and we get the card that we needed, but we can do what? Let's see here. Yeah, I will not attack. Actually, I can attack. No, I can't attack. I will not lose my Biotech Specialist because it's giving the damage that I need. Okay. And I think that we can play the Mythic Draw or even the Legion Extruder. If I get, yeah, you will get another mana. That's it. One more game, one more victory. Okay, now we have all the mana that we need. Can keep 7. We can play Starting Town. And a Clockwork Percussionist. Let's attack, and we may use the Tithing Blade on some creature that they may cast. A Duress. Okay, they can get almost anything they want. Mythic Draw, Tarian's Journal, Tithing Blade. The only card that they cannot get is the Umbral Color Zealot. Let's play the Mountain. And let's play the Tarian's Journal. It's gonna be another artifact here. Incendio Fungus. Insidious Fungus. They are going to destroy my target artifact. Okay, it's not so problematic for me. We can play an Umbral Color Zealots, and let's attack. If they cast some dangerous creature, I can use the Tithing Blade. Okay. No problem. Another Clockwork Percussionist. Let's attack. 2 more damage. And turn, and we still have our Tithing Blade, unless they have another Duress to get it from our hands. Oh, okay, we will get 2 exile cards. Clockwork Percussionist, great. Perfect, let's play the Weapons Manufacturing and the Clockwork Percussionist. Great, and let's attack. And we can play the Rottenmouth Viper as a surprise factor. We can cause a huge damage here. Okay, they are getting some nasty stuff, probably. Look at the top X cards of your library, where X is twice the number of lands you control. Put one of them into your hand and the rest on the bottom of your library in any random order. Okay, they probably know that I have the Tithing Blade because there's a nice icon here on my card. Okay, another swamp. What we can do? We can attack. And let's see what they want to play. I don't want to play my Rottenmouth Viper right now. Okay, I don't need anything from my graveyard. At last, from now. Okay, Caravan Harrier. What we can do? We can play this stuff here. Let's see if you want to block. Okay, great. A mountain. Now, what we can do? We can play Rottenmouth Viper. Let's submit both here. Auto pay. And we can cause a lot of damage to them. 2 damage, more 2 damage, 4 damage. And it's gonna be another 4 damage if they don't discard a card. Probably they will want to discard a card. Oh, they may have a Vault-Born Tyrant. But okay, I have the Tithing Blade. Okay, no problem. What we can do? We can play... Actually, we can attack with Cavern Harrier. And the Biotech Specialist will cause 2 more damage to them. We can attack, right? Let's auto pay. Great. They will take 2 more damage. And now we can do what? We can play the Rotten. No, we can't. Let's hold 1 more turn. Let's wait 1 more turn. I hope that they don't draw any more cards, just the regular draw that they will have on the next turn. Let's see. It's a land, great, so they can destroy all artifacts and enchantments. What we can do? We can draw. We can draw a land. We can get a land here. Let's get what? The swamp. Okay, now they are at 1 life and they are dead. That's it. 1 more game, 1 more victory. Okay, on the first hand, we have all the colors that we need for this deck. Great, let's keep 7. We can play this land here untapped. Yeah, we can. And then we can, let's see, play a mountain and Legion Extruder on the Snarling Gorehound. Great, so it will not keep filling their graveyard with nasty stuff. Okay, they can't sacrifice anything. We can play, what? The Stepped Land here. And we can destroy their Sephiroth. Vengeful Blood Witch. Okay, let's play this mountain. Then we can play the Biotech Specialist and play another Tithing Blade. And we have the Embrace Oblivion here in case we need to destroy more creatures here. And a Tithing Blade, another one. They can't get the Revive the Past. I believe that's Revive the Past name. So they can get all their creatures back. Let's attack. Great. And we have some cool stuff here to destroy their creatures. Let's exile this Enduring Innocence here. Great. Oh, that's wonderful. That's great. What we can do here? We can play Rottenmouth Viper. And we can submit just the Mephitic draw. Yeah. Let's do. Oh, no. We need to destroy more stuff. Let's try here and here. Submit 2. Okay, now it's gonna work. Let's draw a card. Another land. Oh, come on, man. Let's finish the game. 1 more game, 1 more victory. And that's the deck, folks. Got any questions about the build or how it plays? Drop a comment. I will be glad to help you. And don't forget to subscribe to this channel, ring the bell, and follow me on Instagram for extra content. Catch you in the next one.